Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Aerotech A14 Repulsor Lift disc. Um, as it kind of comes through for just trying to find something to kind of cover for today, something kind of unusual, something kind of handy, and in some regards, something that we have actually made not work very well, but we have actually made something like this in real life. So the repulsor lift disc is a one-man vehicle used at shipyard and building construction sites. The disc is about 1 meter across with a 1.5 meter high control column. This is a semicircular guardrail attachment or attached to a control column. Repulsor lift discs are very economical and reliable way to get construction workers into awkward areas. um, I figured if we did it here, this is where it all originally came from. This is from the Rebel Field Guide from Arian Kraken, his own words about this. These vehicles weren't made for combat, and you'll seldom ever use them unless you're in a work area. I've included them into this book because I've used them in combat situations, and someday one of you may have to. Luckily, my experience wasn't much of a firefight. The discs don't hold up very well against any kind of damage. I'd been sent to a KDY shipyard on Rastris to get some information about the new Imperial Star Destroyer. This was a while back. I was nosing around a warehouse when some guards spotted me. There was a repulsor lift disc next to me, so I jumped onto it and took off. The guards were near some discs as well, so the chase was on. It was one of the strangest chases I've ever been in. We slipped between the stacks of crates all over the warehouse. The discs were not very fast, but it was more strategy than a true chase. I'd hear my disc and zip over, or they'd hear my disc and zip over in my direction. I'd hear them and shut down, and then under low power, duck around them. We barely saw each other at all. Finally, I made it to the warehouse's door and slipped out. As far as I knew, they continued to look for me for hours after I left. It's interesting because we have General uh, Arian. I always want to call him Adian, but it's Arian, Airen, Kraken, General. Uh, the fact that they gave him a kind of cloak and dagger kind of persona, um, kind of a Nick Fury-ish kind of personality to come up with the supplemental books. It is wonderful that they had done that way back then. All right, so Aerotech A14 repulsor lift disc is a one-person repulsor disc. It is speeder scale, has a crew of one, passengers of none. Does have cargo capacity for 2 kilograms, speed code of 1D. Now, this is from the original series. So when we look at it, we have to keep that in mind. Um, so let's see. Maneuverability is going to be a 1D. Body strength is 1D. Flight ceiling is 25 kilometers. Cost about 300 credits and has an availability of 2. Looking at it in um, the newer way of looking at it, has a maneuverability 1D, move of 35 or 100 kilometers an hour, still the body strength of 1D. So it is just what it is, and we just kind of go from there. Um, Looking at it, we do, you get to see where the control console is. We have a wraparound rail guard, repulsor lift drive sockets, and a foot strap, which is kind of a safety switch You think of like an OSHA requirement, a galactic kind of OSHA requirement there. You're going to have a safety switch to make sure that yes, you are on the machine when it's being asked to run, that you didn't step your foot out. That is pretty common with a lot of stand-up forklifts. We do have a pedal that we step on and depress in order to tell the machine we are physically there in control and able to operate the machine. This would be likewise the same way. No, we're probably not going to see this in a military sense, but it is interesting to be able to see some of these things come out from time to time and be able to have some fun with them. And being able to show them to you is always fun. With that, thanks for stopping by. It's wonderful having you here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Uh, at the time of recording this, so much of the country is dealing with a lot of cold, a good cold spell. Hopefully, everyone's staying warm. We'll see you in the next one.